you say the world is how it is right now. Yet we also know that is a truth. And also another truth is what we're doing right now. So how, how because one thing I really love is producing physical tools and physical answers using the spiritual quantum technology in order for the individual to transcend hardship in their lives. And one thing that makes me very concerned is the person who is caught between 3D and the higher realms and their ascension journey, and they are plagued by fear. There are those individuals that are in 3D and that are actually run by fear and do everything in order to escape it. I'm not talking about those individuals because they wouldn't even understand what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the person who is consciously evolving and yet is still being affected by what's on the news. This is what I'm talking about, Remi.
Let's ask Spirit to clear some of that collective consciousness energy. Uh, if some people are going to be watching this later, if we're going to turn this into a video, let's ask to clear for each of you. Collective consciousness goes everywhere in terms of news in the media, fake news, or whatever. So it affects group mind as well. There's a thing, emotional contagion, where some people are afraid, and that affects us, and we go into fear. I met this guy this week who's doing a thing with a group, and they call it New Earth. And it's regarding all of them are young parents, and it's regarding their little kids. So the parents are advanced souls, and the kids are very advanced. And this guy talked about he uh, saw his son, 8 years old, really enjoying some rock song with wording that was really negative. And he ended up going into sorrow and worry a lot for a couple of few days regarding his son could be dragged down into lower consciousness. And it occurred to me that that's something that's one of the options in terms of buffet. So since we're talking about collective consciousness now, let's ask to Claire, if we're going to turn this into a video, let's ask to Claire for each participant. So this starts at the mental level. Solar light, clear the mind grid. Let's ask to clear for your loved ones. If you have kids, if you have a beloved, a twin flame, if you have or not, if you have kids or not, let's ask to clear people around you, the collective energy. Part of the goal, like there's really powerful energy that's been accumulating, forces coming together to really fool us. Social media and etc. coming together with politicians and so on. It has to clear those energies from your city block. If you live in the city, various people around you. It's like a cloud overhead. Let's ask to clear those energies. It hooks into our lower luggage, like past life stuff, for example, like our subpersonalities, lower selves, our scared inner child. So let's ask to do some healing for our inner child, Kuan Yin. It can affect us in terms of brokenheartedness. It has to heal that. Christ energy. It affects us in terms of our aura. So the third layer of our aura, the mind grid, 2 feet over our heads, 2/3 of a meter. It has to clear that cloud that's there. Hmm. Hmm. Wonderful. Let's ask for that to spread out beyond the participants and their neighborhood. Clear that for the world. Our truth comes from our connection with the divine, not with particular politicians or whoever. Clear? Clear connection in relation to the divine. So that many layers to that, but partly at the soul level in relation uh, to the divine, clear in relation to previous lifetimes and etc. Unicorn energy help to clear. Over to you.
So I did so I'll have to add in the light language with what I'm saying because of the level. So what do we do then when we are building from our truth? We're saying that the truth does not come from politicians. It does not come from what is happening on the external, what you can actually physically see. It comes from the knowing from within. So what do we do when we're wanting to build something, to build a business, to grow a family, to actually make physical things, build physical things in a framework which is not even based on truth. So if a truth comes from within, yet we need to come into the physical to manifest and build something that is in truth. It's about understanding that there is a pre-existing matrix that is not in alignment with what we are, and understanding how to build within the truth frequency, yet in the same plane as what we're dealing with. It's very hard for me to explain what I'm saying, but I thought because this really stokes my fire, because what I see is many people who are Christed, but they do not make movements forwards because of things like support systems that are actually not in alignment with what they're doing, or actively against what they're doing because of the nature of the support. So I just want to hand it to people on earth right now who are actually trying to go forwards with their lives and grow their little children and make their businesses and get their homes, or even have a home, when they're in a situation where we have energies and things that are actively wanting us to eat foods that are poisonous and to come into debt. I just want to kind of like, if whatever we can do to bring some kind of framework so that we can kind of blaze that trail so that it's easier to make that physical structure in one's life and clear all that is in the way. Because the thing is that I hear this thing banged about, Remi, about the elites, when they're talking about the elites being something that is so low down. And it's like the language here is even, it's terrible. If there is such a thing as the elite, it is the Christed individual. It is the soul that remembers their past lives. It is the person who is here to come and bring the truth. Those are the elites. What an upside down world we live in. And so what really is important is to really bring through and make that shift with the physicality so that it's easier to access wealth, access support, access trust in relationships, so that the community can come together and we can harmonize and build from there.
Feel in. Going to use this word Christ energy. Use whatever term feels right for you. To ask Spirit to clear obstructions. Ask everybody to go to a higher level, higher vibration. Above the clouds of confusion and so on. Heart chakra. Compassion for ourselves and for everybody else when we get caught up into our lower sides or lower energies. And clear. Compassion and clear. Compassion and clear. More and more. All the layers. We can easily move into our inner child and become that. We can easily move into our inner masculine and say, I just want to accomplish this and use my muscle and whatever, mental muscle or whatever it is, and become that. Or our inner mother and become that. So we're all of that, but we go to a higher level and become, and this is who we are in our essence. And this is what we identify with, and this is what we act from more and more. We become gradually more and more an ascended master. Over to you if you want to say more.
So relaxing the body and being in the space and relaxing the body and completely letting go. And you can tell, like we can tell our conscious mind that the energies and the frequencies that we are accessing right now hold the potential of divine transformation. That means that transformation, it can turn one thing into a completely opposite thing. It can completely transform it. And when it's divine transformation, it means that you're not doing anything of it. It is just happening to you. And it's happening because it's time. It's so beautiful. The biggest shifts in our life just can happen so easily in this moment now. And all we do is we just relax. And allow ourselves to be in that awareness, in that energy, that remembrance, and know that it is done, that it forever transforms these lower density fears. that are something of your past now.
I felt a minute ago, felt like putting my arms out like this. You can't see it on the video, but my arms out. And what's happening to me, just a little bit later, a few moments later, is beings are holding my hands and we have a sacred circle.
Mm.
So imagine each of you with a sacred circle of high beings around you, transmuting fear, distrust, unworthiness, angry with God, treat me so badly, all and any of that. Hmm. 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 Ah, thank you, Juliana Grace. Thank you, all the high beings. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, participants, if we're going to put it out. We don't know. We didn't talk about, but we didn't say we're going to do a video. We just started spewing forth, and